Hey there, everyone, and welcome back to some Always Wired Wrestling. Going back over last week's shows: Monday Night Raw, AEW, NXT, and SmackDown. Um, sorry for it being a bit late. I'm actually recording it on Monday, but considering it was Christmas and everything, I think I've got a bit of leeway there. But yeah, I'd like to start off this by actually remembering Brodie Lee, who unfortunately has passed away this week, and it's really sad. I didn't think that someone who could seem so healthy was actually going through so much. You know what I mean? And apparently it was a non-COVID related thing, which doesn't give the families any resolve or anything. But yeah, it just proves that we are a bit more fragile than we all think. But and the only real memory that I have of that wasn't on television was that me and my partner went off to see SmackDown live in Glasgow one winter, and he was there and he was fighting Eric Rowan, and everyone was like, "Oh, we've seen this a million times," and we had, but at the same time, they still made it look good. You know what I mean? It was still a good match. So thank you, Brodie Lee, for everything that you gave to the fans, and yeah, all the memories, you with the Wyatt family, you in AEW. Thank you. But now, on to the reviews. So, starting off as always on Monday Night Raw, and it's fine. This is probably going to be a bit quicker because I'll be looking at mostly what was good, and I'll try and not bring up too much of the bad, but it's hard. There's so much bad. But yeah, it started off with a bit of Asuka, and I love Asuka, but I was thinking, will Asuka get all the belts before Kenny Omega? Now that's something that could be interesting. If she just like that, like a picture with like all the belts, and it turns out to be Asuka instead of him, that would be so spiteful on WWE's part, but I think that'd be quite funny. But yeah, it was fine because now they're the tag champs. So it's fine. I'm thinking that Charlotte will eventually double cross her and try and take the title off her and become the 100th time women's champion. But yeah, then there was a match between Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke against Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. And what I've got written down here is that Mandy Rose deserves a bit better. And I say that because she was treated as if she was going to be a big thing over on SmackDown, and then she moved over to Raw, and now it doesn't look that way. Like she had that good feud with Sonya Deville, and then now she's just in a tag team with Dana Brooke, and Dana Brooke has been in this business for years. She's been in the wrestling business for years, but she hasn't got any better. And at what point do you think I'll just wash my hands of it? Just wash my hands of it. Because she's not getting any better, is she? That's the thing. And but yeah, it was a surprisingly good match. But I think that had more to do with Shayna and Mandy Rose than it did Dana Brooke or Nia Jax. Nia Jax didn't have that much input, mainly because nobody's actually injured this week. So thumbs up. I quite like the Hurt Business. As I said last week, it is quite interesting that they have all this anti-bullying campaigns, and yet they are just big bullies. They are just big bullies. Ripping the t-shirt off someone and putting their own t-shirt on. Funny, but still bullying. Let's not forget that. It's still bullying. Yeah, Good, very good. They got in the ring. They had their kind of Nation of Domination kind of deal where they were having pictures taken and all this, but then it was ruined by that stupid 24/7 title, and I can't handle that. It's just I can't be bothered with it anymore. It's just so not. It's not what I want. It was funny at the start, but now I'm pretty sure R-Truth is like a 48-time champion, and that's just garbage. So, yeah, shovel. Thank you. Goodbye. Then there was a Angel Garza versus Drew Gulak match, and after what I'd just seen, I wasn't really in the mood, so skip. Yeah, and then we've got Welcome to Meh TV with The Miz and AJ and Morrison and all that, but which is a shame because I really like AJ Styles and I like John Morrison and I like The Miz as well-ish. Like he's a good promo. I'll give him that. Very good promo, but it was too busy. The whole segment was too busy. There was too many people. The fact that it leads on to Sheamus and Drew and Keith Lee doing a whole poem thing. Like, I know it's Christmas, but like it wasn't needed. Was not needed at all. So yeah, it wasn't really in a good mood for Raw, apparently. But yeah, and then it just that led us on actually to a Retribution match, and you know my feelings on those people. So I used my weekly Retribution skipped. Yeah, which led us on to the Hurt Business versus Little Riddles and Jeff Hardy. It was fine. Nothing really more to say on it. It was fine, and who doesn't love a master lock? I do. Everyone at school did. Yeah, and then it just kind of shifted gears a bit. We ended up with a Riker match. I can't remember his first name. I just remember he's a big homophobe, and apparently that pays off in WWE, apparently. So, well, it didn't. It was who was it? It was like one of the Lucha Boys or whatever, Lucha House Party people, and he just dominated him. And Elias was on the turnbuckle playing guitar and singing and all that, so it made them look like trash. Yeah, fine, meh. Like, I don't think WWE realizes that even though these people do bad things and then come back, that doesn't really mean that what they did is forgotten. And we'll talk about that when we get to NXT as well. But yeah, led us on to a Randy Orton promo, which I quite liked, but it made me think, so Randy Orton can commit murder and just be fine. No jail time, no investigation. Just fine. He's just fine. Ignore him. That's the cat, who is a boy, but we didn't know it was a boy. And his name's Evie, because we thought that Evie was a girl. So now we got a little boy cat who loves mischief and has a pink collar. But yeah, where was I? Got distracted by the cat. Alexa's Playground. Yes, enjoyable. Liked it. Very good. Very, very good. I know that she's got injury problems, and this is probably the best thing for her, to just be that kind of insane girl who hangs about with a fiend. So it works. All of it works. Very good. Very good. Golf claps. But it also made me think in the next one, because like for Peyton Royce, what I've written down here is actually, let's break up the popular tag team, the Iconics, to push Peyton Royce into a tag team. That doesn't make sense. It's another nonsensical decision. Like, why would you break them up when they're, one, selling a lot of merchandise, two, really good, and three, it just didn't need to be done. So here they are. They're split up. Peyton Royce is hanging about with Thingy, Lacey Evans. That's good for me to remember. And like, it's just not needed. Not needed at all, was it? And Billie Kay's just handing out her resume like an actual little acting student. It's like, oh, please, 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 please. Nah, not for me. They were better together. Down. Down, down, down. What else have I got here? I've also got the Drew must watch our videos, because last time I said, where's his sporran for his kilt? Here's his sporran, isn't it? So all I've got to say about that is, hey Drew, welcome to the Always Wired family. And hopefully that will get us a wee bit better. Which led on to Drew, Sheamus, and Keith Lee versus AJ. No, it wasn't AJ. It was Randy and the new Eminem. It was a fine match. Drew was very good in it. But who doesn't love a surprise bro kick? That's what made my Christmas. And I like Keith Lee, but that surprise bro kick. On to Wednesday nights. AEW, I'll start with. I was actually thinking about renaming this series The Good, the Bad, and the AEW. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if it gets any worse. It can only get better from here. But yeah, we started off with Top Flight versus Jericho and MJF. I love MJF. Jericho has kind of been weird with me recently. Like, he's not went to AEW and elevated everyone else. He's just kind of, I don't want to say stooped to their level, but he's kind of stooped to their level, eh? Like, he's not been the superstar that has made everyone else think, oh wow, AEW is the thing. They're doing really good stuff. He's joining in with all the gymnastics and stuff, and I don't want to say anything about his size, because you can still kind of see his six-pack. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because he's in his 50s, I think. But still. And Top Flight, from what I've seen, and that's not very much, but what I have seen is that they are just another gymnastics act. And JR was right to call everyone out in AEW backstage, because like, it's all the same stuff. And that's not really gripping. It's not very good storytelling. I just don't think every match needs to be a Meltzer 8-star Tokyo Dome match. But that's just me. Some people enjoy it. And if you enjoy it, that's fine with me. It's not me that's doing it. Where are we? Yeah. I've actually written yawn. The Acclaimed is not for me. I don't like the rapping. I don't like the whole thing. It's not for me. But as I've just said, some people might like it. Who knows? The demo might like it. And then Sting comes out, and again, the snow. I don't get it. I know they did the whole winter is coming thing, and they paid the was it HBO to use winter is coming? But like, when's Sting's thing ever been snow? Why is he a White Walker who's talking as he did in the early 90s? Confusing, very confusing. What's he there to do? He And then Darby Allin's just in the rafters, and all I'm thinking is, oh wow, this really is early 90s WCW. And well, when was that? 97? I think 97. So late 90s. Apologies. But either way, same problem. He's up there, but he doesn't really have the same presence as Sting. Sting was up there with his bat. He was looking down at everyone with a staunch face, and Darby Allin's up there with his skateboard. And I don't mind Darby Allin. I think he's all right. But at the same time, it's been done. And that's the problem with quite a lot of AEW stuff. It has been done. It's kind of like in South Park when Butters is Professor Chaos and he's trying to think of new ideas, and general disarray is just like, Simpsons did it. It's that kind of thing. So yeah, which led us on to another tag team match. And I like tag team matches, but not when they're completely oversaturated. And it was, I think they're called the Dino Express or something. The Jungle Express, something like that. It was Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and Marco Stunt. I don't like Marco Stunt. I think he's far too small. I think he's older than me, but he looks like a child. So I can't believe that he's going to beat up someone who's 6'5" and stuff like that. Just, nah. But Jungle Boy really has something which I enjoy watching, but it might be because he's talking about Jungle Boy. That's why he's not really been on TV. But who knows? Who knows? It could be that, it might not. Maybe he's joined in with JR. That'd be funny. But now Luchasaurus is also good. Maybe not the... I don't know how to feel about him actually being a dinosaur from the Mesozoic era or whatever he is. But he's good. He's a good wrestler. Unsure in the gimmick. I've also written down here that Don Callis is so good for Kenny Omega. He knows exactly when to set him off, and he knows exactly when to stop him, which is good, because when he didn't have Don Callis, it did seem like he was kind of... what would be the right term? Kind of running about in his promos like a headless chicken. Just kind of saying stuff. Whereas Don Callis would be like... exactly like he said. He said, that's it, promo's over. Very good. Very good. Just stop it then. And we've got Pac versus the Butcher. I don't really like the Butcher. I don't really... What is it? The Butcher and the Blade? All I can think of is Cornette calling him the Butcher, the Baker, and the Candlestick Maker. But like, the Butcher kind of looks like Jake the Snake without the career, which isn't perfect, obviously. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Pac won. It was fine. Probably went a bit too long. Same could be said with all of AEW stuff. It went on just a tad too long. But yeah. It's fine. It's fine. And who, that guy that went, he was up there with Rusev or Miro, if you prefer, and saying how much you love and adore us, this, that, and we're the best couple in wrestling, we're going to get married. And all I was thinking was, who's that? Who is that? I don't understand who that is. Apparently it's Kip Sabian, which I had heard his name when I started watching AEW. Was it last year? Early last year when they started doing those pay-per-views. But didn't make me want to watch. Down. Then Dustin beat the guy in the gimp mask, and there's a lot of that actually with the Dark Order and their gimp masks. It makes me think, does Tony Khan like gimps? Is he into the gimp stuff? If he is, good for him. He likes what he likes, but I don't like it on my television. Next was the main event, which was the Bucks versus the Acclaimed, and you already know what I think of the Acclaimed, so it was fine. I think they did too much, and which seems to be a theme. It really does seem to be a theme in AEW, just doing that bit too much. It doesn't need to be done. Yeah, like I said before, not every match needs to be. I don't know how many stars Meltzer's up to now. I think the last one was 7. So yeah, doesn't need to be that 8-star match. Nah. And that was AEW. It was fine, I guess. Nothing really to go home about. Meh. Would I recommend it to someone? No. Would I recommend it to a former wrestling fan who wants to get back into it? No. Would I recommend it to a hardcore? No, because they've already seen it and not liked it. Next is NXT. Started off with a tag team match. It was a street fight, which, from what I can remember from NXT last week, there was no real build-up to this, unless I've missed something. There was a street fight between Killian Dane, Drake Maverick, and Oni and the English one. And it was a good match. It was a good street fight. I just didn't think there needed to be a street fight. Is my issue, and that's that's the whole thing. Like, why did it happen? Why was it there? But either way, that Drake Maverick can sell, man. He can really, really sell, and that's impressive. I enjoy that. I like it when a small babyface can sell like that. Like, see when he was getting hit with the belt. Oh, good stuff. Very good stuff. He was, what's the term? Selling like Ricky Morton, and that's quite high praise. I've also got written down here that WWE's in-match storytelling is way better than AEW's, and you know that it's not I prefer one to the other. It's, if it's crap, I'll say it's crap. But the in-match storytelling, this might just be Triple H, to be honest, rather than WWE in general. But the stories they can tell in the ring are way better than seeing 18 flips in one match. That's why we all love pro wrestling. That's why we all watch it. But like I think I said this weeks ago, but if I wanted to watch flips and tricks and all that stuff, I would have watched the Olympics. Not my thing. Not my thing. Down. The Gargano Christmas thing was crap. I'm not even going to talk about that. And that came up a lot. This was like an anime when the the manga writer's still writing and the show's going on at the same time and they don't know what to do, so they just use filler episodes. It's like that. So like, they didn't have that many matches NXT, but they had a lot of Gargano. Know which one I'd rather. Then it led to a little promo with Tyler Rust and a little manager guy. And all I was thinking was, Tyler Rust looks like the oldest Buck, doesn't he? He looks like the young Buck's older brother or their cousin or something. When I saw him in the ring last week, I thought, oh, a young talent, this, that, and the other. But then you actually got to see his face close up. And you're just like, oh, he looks a bit older than I thought he did. It's fine. Old Buck. AULD Buck. All Buck. Then there was a promo with the Velveteen Dream, who got slapped by Adam Cole. And all I was thinking at that point was, is he not a nonce? Did he not get outed as a nonce. And for anyone who's watching this who doesn't know what a nonce is a pedo, a beast. So I thought the sack was destined for the beast. It's fine. There was a lot of promos on this, and it led to Timothy Thatcher doing that's quite apt actually, with Timothy Thatcher, because all that boy wanted for his Christmas was his 2 front teeth. He never got them. But yeah, he was doing a promo, and it's like, because he's got a massive one of his front teeth missing. Then it led on to Rhea Ripley, and honestly, she is the best part of my wrestling week. She is the best part of the wrestling week. She is the best. Fight me right now. I'll take Rhea Ripley over Abaddon any day of the week, because she's just unsettling. And then it led on to some more greatness with Toni Storm. Oh, superb. Golf claps. Yeah, just enjoyable, good wrestling. Like it. And it's sad. It's almost sad, because these what Vince could consider as like, oh, these are the girls, and yet they're putting on some of the best stuff in all of wrestling right now. Then there was there was that Xia Li promo thing where she's in some sort of Chinese dungeon, and she's just battering that poor guy all the time. I feel sorry for him. I hope his mum's like looks after him when he gets home. But yeah, then there was a Leon Ruff thing. Skipped. Shovel, skip. The shovel's probably thicker than he is. Then it led on to a Damian Priest versus Killian Cross vignette, and that looks good. That will be good. I'll enjoy that. Then it led on to the main event, and the main event was the Velveteen Dream versus Adam Cole Baby. And I can't not look at the Velveteen Dream, and I can't remember the full story. I can't remember if it got acquitted or if he was proven that he wasn't an nonce, but at the same time, like, he was kind of outed as a nonce. So I can't not see him as a nonce right now. And if he's been cleared, someone show me. Someone at the at Always Wired on Twitter, and tell me, because I don't know. It's bit of that. Yeah, Adam Cole's great. Love that he won. He's superb. Love it. And that leads us on to SmackDown. Not great at all. And this, I've just realized actually that even though some might think that I'm an AEW hater, it might look like I just don't like wrestling now. But I do. I love wrestling, but at the same time, a lot of it's not very good. A lot of it's not very good. But it did start well. It started well with the Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens steel cage match, which was brutal. Loved it. Again, I thought that they just like arranged a match from last week and stuff like that, but I didn't think that it would be a steel cage match, and the finish was funny. I loved that. Them just handcuffing Kevin Owens's hand to the cage so he couldn't get out, and Roman's just slowly going down the stairs as he wins the match. It was lovely. It looked like a main event, which with them two in it was. But at the same time, when the main event's the first 20 minutes, what's the point in watching the rest? And with SmackDown's ratings, kind of looks that way. Because they put out the best first. They'll watch the best and then they'll just click off. Because then there was a women's tag team triple threat with, I don't know, Asuka, Charlotte, Bayley, Carmella, Sasha, and Bianca. Too much. Far too much. Too much. It was a good match. It was a good promo before it with Bayley, because Bayley's been great this year. But too much. Too much. Skip. Which led on to Jey Uso versus Daniel Bryan, which was weird. I do like this SmackDown will just put on random matches every now and again with no build-up, because that's wrestling at the end of the day. But Daniel Bryan's just kind of been doing his own thing. He's not really been bothering anyone. Like, he went from being this savior of Earth type deal to just kind of cutting his hair and enjoying his life back in wrestling, which I can get fully on board with. If he's enjoying himself, why not? But yeah, nothing really happened, but Daniel Bryan won. Good match. Enjoyed it. And then the main event. The main event being Big E's Christmas Wish. Him in a lumberjack match against Sami Zayn. Very good. Used the lumberjacks well. Didn't think there needed to be lumberjacks, really. Like, I know that he could like run away and all that stuff, but I think Big E's big enough and like fast enough to catch him and just bring him back. They already had one gimmick match in this show. Why not make two and just make it false count anyway, so he can't run away? But either way, Big E won, ended Sami's Intercontinental title reign. Sami's crying on the floor with confetti on him. I didn't think the Intercontinental title deserves confetti, but not in how it's been presented anyway. But yeah, he got his Christmas wish of winning a singles title. So yeah, happy for him. It was good. Good. It was an okay week of wrestling. It wasn't great. But it's Christmas. It's Christmas and New Year time. So holiday time, should I say, sorry. But yeah, fine. Just like this episode's going out late. Because it's the holidays. And you don't run my life. No, but honestly, thanks everyone who has been watching. Thank you everyone that has watched so far from when we started this months ago. Thank you all. We've really enjoyed your company. Thank you to the 71 people that have subscribed to us. Thank you to all the subscribers that will come in the future. Yeah, that's about it. If you want to help us get more subscribers, please share this. Please share it. Share it, like it, comment. If you hate me, say it in the comments. If you don't like me, dislike the video. That helps as well. But either way, yeah, like, comment, subscribe, do what you like. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.